Hi, my name is Daniel and welcome to SoftRock's training video number 2 for Quikslope5 basic tasks. Today we're going to cover some of the basic features in Quikslope5. Quikslope5 was designed to be an effective and user-friendly tool for the analysis of slope monitoring data. This is one video of a series that will be rolling out designed to give you a complete reference guide to using your Quikslope5 software. To start off with, we're going to look at the main window for Quikslope5. When you first load Quikslope5, this is the screen that you'll come to. Now, to look at all the features of the main window, you need to load one of the graphs. So with my project already loaded, I'm going to go to the east wall cluster and load the prism starting off with MPE. Now I'm going to graph it. And now this gives me a graph that we can look at with the full features available for Quikslope5. Now, looking at the screen, let's start from the bottom. We have the status line. We have the database that we are looking at and the SQL server that the database resides on. Now, looking at the main part of the window, the graph, along the x-axis, we have the date the measurement was taken. And then on the y-axis direction, we have the actual distance, the actual recorded measurement of that prism. Obviously, in the middle, you have the graph. On the other side, we have the legend box. It gives you, for that particular coloured point, what the name of the prism is. At the top of the graph, we have all the graph information, the type of information that's on the graph. In this case, it's adjusted distance. The dates, this is where there's any date filter that's been put onto the graph. Is it shaped or unshaped data? What cluster this prism belongs to? And then the prism name itself, and also the last reading taken from the prism. So from there, we move on to the annotation toolbar. Later in the video, we'll go into detail with what each of the main buttons on the toolbars do. Up here we have, again, this is where you can select the type of graph that you wish to run, what cluster to select, if you want to select an individual prism to be graphed. Now we have the graphing toolbar here, and then finally we have the system toolbar, and then you have your menu options up here. Now we're going to look at how you can check the version of the software that you're using, and also the license of the software, when it's valid to, and who the license is attached to. Now, to have a look at this, you just need to go up to the help menu and select About. And here you can see, you can have a look at when the license is valid to, who the license is attached to up here, and also what current version of the software that you're using. Now we're going to give you a quick overview of project administration, mainly how to create a new project, editing the settings of an existing project, and changing to a different project. There's two ways in which to do this. We have some shortcut icons up on the system toolbar. This one to edit the project settings, this one to change to another project, and this one to create a new project. You can also do this under the project menu, where you have, again, the same three options: change project, create a new project, and edit project. Now we're going to move on to graphing data concepts, first looking at raw and shaped data. Note in Quikslope5 that the original raw data has never changed. When you're looking at raw data, you're looking at data that has no changes made. Individual spike points can be flagged as invisible, and steps in the data can be flagged as invisible as well. We call this changed data shaped data. Shaped data is much easier to work with, as with the spike points and the step points that you want removed, you can see how the movement is really trending. Now let's take a closer look at the graph points. Now we've loaded a different prism in the database, so we can show you the difference between viewing raw data and shape data. At the moment, I'm viewing raw data, and as you can see, it's not a very nice graph to look at. It's difficult to see the true movement because the steps are in the way, but with this graph, we've marked the step points to be removed. So if I go and right-click on the graph and hide the step points and view the shape data, we can now look at the true movement of the prism. We can also remove any spike points in this graph, which we've gone and done earlier. So now to hide these marked points, we just right-click on the graph and select Hide Marked Points. Now you can see the real movement in the graph. It's important to remember that the integrity of the data in the database is intact. We aren't editing the data, just tagging particular points to help us see the real movement.